Now an unmentionable you won't hear in the national liberal media. Billionaire George Soros paying some of the country's biggest media outlets millions of dollars. Prominent journalists, including ABC's Christiane Amanpour, former Washington Post editor Len Downey, serving on the boards of organizations linked to Soros's money. And they're not the only ones. Joining us now, Dan Gaynor, Media Research Center's vice president, and Boone Pickens Fellow. Good to have you with us here.
Thanks, Lou. It's good to be back.
A fascinating story. And the idea that Soros is sprinkling all this money across these media outlets and organizations. He's buying immense influence, is he not?
Oh, of course. I mean, you look at these organizations. We tracked, as part of this ongoing investigation, we tracked more than 30 top news organizations that have members on boards of organizations George Soros funds. Yeah, it's not just Downey and Christiane Amanpour. It's ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, USA Today, New York Times, Washington Post. It reads like a who's who of the national journalism organizations.
Jill Abramson, editor of the New York Times, Carrie Smith, the senior vice president for ABC News, as you said, Cynthia Tucker, editor of the editorial pages of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This is big stuff. What's been the reaction from the national liberal media?
Well, it's been the exact reaction you let in. They're ignoring it. They're trying to say, hope it goes away. We saw how controversial just the $1.8 million that went to NPR was here. Well, you know, you've got members of NPR, PBS on some of these boards. Journalists are supposed to avoid conflicts of interest. The Society of Professional Journalists and one or two other journalism organizations list this is one of the ethical binding codes, and they say real or perceived ethical violation. You know, you can't. It's not just what they think; it's whether you and I think that they're somehow in a conflict of interest. But they don't seem to acknowledge it.
Well, Dan, terrific work, and we thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Dan Gaynor,
thank you.
Media Research Center.